All right, as you can tell from that music, we could be talking about none other than South Boston Jeff, Celebrity Stalking, the podcast version. I'm here with none other than South Boston Jeff. Jeff, this past weekend, we kicked off our tours of the conventions that come around the Northeast, and we met some big names in the world of horror.
That's right. We were out at the Rock and Shock out in Worcester and everything, had a blast and everything, meeting some of my favorite cult and horror film icons.
Unbelievable. And the first picture we see on the screen right now is none other than Mr. Danny Trejo.
Machete, machete, machete. Oh, he was a very nice guy. Not as tall as I thought he was going to be, though, as you can see.
Right. I actually thought he was a lot big when I saw him in the movies and whatnot. But you have a rare picture there. You actually had him autograph your machete.
That's right. My, I think it's 2.5 feet long, my machete, which is also signed by Betsy Palmer and Kane Hodder.
Betsy Palmer, of course, was Mrs. Voorhees in the original Friday the 13th. And, of course, Kane Hodder made the role of Jason Voorhees, worldwide phenomenon.
Yes, as you can see, Mr. Trejo is smiling happily because, well, he loves holding that machete, and he looks pretty cool with it. And Danny Trejo was also in From Dusk Till Dawn. He played the bartender of the bar, the Titty Twister. He was also in Con Air as one of the cons.
And the Devil's Rejects.
Oh, yeah. I've met a few people this weekend from the Devil's Rejects. That was a big film for people like this.
Now, Danny Trejo also, he was actually convicted, wasn't he?
Yeah. Nobody knows what for and everything. Probably murder and everything.
I think it was drugs from what I heard.
Ooh.
But he was a real nice guy. He seemed to be reformed and everything. He's a big-time movie star now.
Sure, yeah. He's getting all the work he needs, and he owns his very own Danny Trejo production company.
Unbelievable. Fascinating. Also, on the screen right now is none other. Everybody recognizes this guy, but probably people don't know his real name. That's actor Michael Berryman on the screen right now.
Weird Science. Yep, he was in Weird Science. He was also in The Devil's Rejects, and he played the Bald Chronic in my favorite movie of all time, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Now, for those of you who are fans of Weird Science, you may remember him when all those cyborgs and whatnot came in the end, and they kicked him out of the house. And what was the line he said? Don't tell anybody about this. I hate to lose my teaching job.
Can we keep this between us? I'd hate to lose my teaching job.
And, of course, he was in one of my all-time favorite movies as well, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He was actually having the booze fed to him through the enema bag.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that was quite a party. I kind of wish I was at that one.
Unbelievable. He's a real nice guy.
He really is and everything, and I talked to him, and we reminisced about One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
And he has a great memory because he remembered you from the first time you met him in 1997, Jeff.
He certainly did. He remembered my name and everything. I walked up, and he said, "What's up, Jeff?" But maybe he was reading the autographs I had that day.
Or he's been watching the show.
Sure. That's quite a possibility.
Because you have stalked him recently, what was it, 6 years ago?
6 years ago, yes.
Unbelievable. Now, also from the Devil's Rejects, or that could be a clone of my good friend Commissioner Vaughn Johnson on the screen right now, none other than Sid Haig.
Oh, Sid Haig is absolutely great. He worked in the Rob Zombie films, House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Rejects. He appeared in Jackie Brown. He appeared in Kill Bill 2. And he made a lot of movies in the Philippines directed by Roger Corman back in the 70s.
Also in the 70s, you brought this up to him, that he appeared in an episode of Quincy.
Oh, yeah. He says, yes, he did that and everything, but I don't. Maybe he's talking about our dear friend Quincy Briscoe.
You never know. Quincy Briscoe, Quincy anything out there. Unbelievable. But Sid Haig, he didn't even charge you.
Nope, and he even gave me a free clothespin and hooked it up to my jacket. And,
what did the clothespin say?
It said there was blood everywhere. It was one of the props from the movie The Devil's Rejects from the evidence room.
Unbelievable. So hats off to our good friend Sid Haig out there. Then we met one of the strangest people of all time. I guess, he's a little bit jealous of his sister, but on the screen right now is none other than Eric Roberts.
Oh, boy.
Eric Roberts has to be one of the strangest people we ever met. Nice guy, but a little out there.
Yeah, what was he doing there in the first place? He didn't charge me either and everything.
Well, I think he was there doing a promotional thing for some movie that he's in, some new horror movie. But, Eric Roberts, he's been in such movies as the, you ever see the Best of the Best series when they were like the Kung Fu Fighters?
I've seen some of that. My favorite that he did was with Mariel Hemingway, Star 80.
Oh, that's right, about Dorothy Stratton, the Playmate from 1980, and he played her husband/manager that went berserk and killed her.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, he was actually very good in that one.
I like that one.
Now, of course, for those of you who don't know out there, Eric Roberts is the older brother of Academy Award-winning actress Julia Roberts, who makes $1 billion a movie, and her brother's out there signing autographs for free in Worcester, Mass. at the Rockin' Shock.
Yeah, maybe they hooked him up with a free room. Who knows? But I had a good time, and it was good to meet him.
Unbelievable. And also on the screen right now, we see none other than our friends, the Signature Boys.
Yes, that's right. After the Rockin' Shock, me and the Signature Boys all went out to see Guar together.
Unbelievable. Now, the reason that we're talking about the Signature Boys, because they were a part of history 1 year ago at the Rockin' Shock 2011, when this guy on the screen right now, our good friend and fellow celebrity stalker, Mario, that was the last time that any human being has seen Mario. And that night, he claimed that he was being poisoned.
That's right. I tried to talk some sense into him, and nobody could help him that day and everything. As he said, I almost fainted just like the girls in 1964. And so we walked him out and everything, and that's the last time I ever saw of him. Any of us. Hope he's doing okay.
I mean, Mario has been celebrity stalking longer than you have. I mean, he actually trains you kind of in a way.
Well, we met Mario for the very first time at Spooky World in 1997, meeting Alice Cooper.
Unbelievable. So 15 years later, no one has seen or heard from Mario. So if you're watching this right now and you know who Mario is, please drop us a line. We'd love to have Mario on the program because we miss him.
That's right. I mean, I miss him. I would like to have him, and we would love to have him down here on the show, in the studio, in the flesh.
Just hope I have a cold that day.
Yeah, either that or I'm going to buy a case of incense.
Or you can use the clothespin that Sid Hay gave you.
Hey, that's a good idea.
There you go. That's Mario proof. But before we roll that footage of Mario from 1 year ago, Jeff, we had some incident on the show with Sabrina, and everything's been resolved, but you were almost going to be fired. As I made mention on the TV version that is airing now on our YouTube channel, you were almost out of a job as a celebrity stalker until you redeemed yourself with this picture that's on the screen right now with one of the most gorgeous women on planet Earth, the one and only Kristen Davis, holding the bumper sticker for our website.
Well, that's correct and everything. I had to actually pull in a favor from an old friend, Kim Cattrall, from Sex and the City and everything, and she also did Quincy. Well, I mentioned
she did Quincy Briscoe.
Well, that's what I said and everything, and asked her if she could get Kristen Stewart to plug the show.
I don't know who Kristen Stewart is, but I know who Kristen Davis is.
Well, Kristen Davis. I asked her. She gave me a look and everything. Maybe she did do Quincy. It was some blackmail situation, but. Yes, I handed I don't want to talk about any more bribes and everything because it's going to get me into even more trouble.
No, you can never. You've been redeemed. Showing that image on the screen right now, having her hold my bumper sticker, and I would love to hold her bumper sticker.
Oh,
She's
boy.
as close to a perfect 10, in my opinion, that there is. Of course, we all know that Sabrina is the perfect 10 on the program, as you can see from some of these great photos she just did for a photo shoot on the show, which is unbelievable.
Yep. Oh, she looks pretty good.
And speaking of unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to roll the footage from 1 year ago at Rockin' Shock 2011, the incident where the infamous Mario claimed that he was poisoned, and one of the suspects was none other than Gary Busey.
That's right. As you can see in this footage, I was handing Gary Busey a little money too, and well. Oh, God, I'm just getting myself into trouble
before you
here.
bury yourself anymore, Jeff, let's roll the footage. And before we do that, we have a lot of conventions that are coming up throughout the fall that we're going to be talking about on our radio show.
Oh, yeah, can't wait to do it and everything. It's a very busy season of stalking.
Unbelievable. Without any further ado, here is the Mario footage. And remember, this is After Hours, and we what, Jeff?
We never close.
Unbelievable. Roll it. Mario, what happened, man? Mario, what happened to you today? Someone poisoned you? What happened?
I'm sorry.
Why, man? Why?
What happened?
Donnie, why? Why?
You're okay, Marty. You're all right. Don't worry. Yeah, hello? Yeah, well, why don't I call you when I get home, all right?
Mario.
Listen, what did they do?
Man, why?
What did they do?
And I'm dying.
But what did they do?
But what did they do?
Mario. Listen, you gotta relax,
Man,
dude.
why?
Why did they poison you?
Man,
Well, I mean, well, who are you standing in line for? Hey,
I've been poisoned or something.
Okay.
yeah, he's sick. I don't know, he's feeling sick.
You all right? Is it contagious? Not contagious, are you? Is it contagious?
You're not gonna find any drinking buddies in here. Dying.
But what did they do?